How long does heavy whipping cream last? The accurate answer to that question relies mainly on the storage conditions, especially if opened. That is why it would help to refrigerate your heavy whipping cream every time. How long does heavy whipping cream last? For the most part, unopened heavy whipping cream will last for around 2 to 3 weeks. Keep in mind that it still applies after the expiration date on the package. Also, as long as you have constantly stored it in the fridge. Aside from knowing how long heavy cream lasts, it is best to understand how to maximize its shelf life. In this regard, it would be best to place the heavy cream in the main body of the fridge. Because of this, avoid putting it on the fridge door. The main reason is that the temperature tends to be warm if you place it there. Not only that, but also heavy cream typically remains at its best quality in its original package. Things to consider when freezing heavy whipping cream. Before all else, make sure to freeze the heavy cream in a sealed container. Afterward, be sure to leave at least a ½ inch headspace at the top. The main reason is that the heavy cream tends to expand when you freeze it. Then, ensure to thaw it in the fridge. Moreover, it would help if you considered that frozen heavy cream does not whip well when you thaw it. In addition to that, it usually separates, and it will result in a slightly grainy texture. However, it is still suitable for baking purposes. Ultimately, heavy cream will last for approximately 4 months. Aside from that, it will stay safe exceeding that time. So, ensure to keep the heavy cream frozen at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. What makes heavy whipping cream spoil? First and foremost, heavy whipping cream is a part of milk. Yet, bear in mind that it acquires bacteria from the udder and environment. Despite the various regulations to make sure the milk is sanitary, there will always be bacteria. For the most part, manufacturers skim the cream from the butterfat layer. Keep in mind that it naturally rises to the whole milk's top. In addition to that, manufacturers usually separate it with a centrifuge in commercial production. Also, please take note that manufacturers perform pasteurization. Keep in mind that this process lessens the number of bacteria in milk products. The main reason is that bacteria is indeed what makes heavy whipping cream spoil. In that regard, they sour the milk. As a result, it gives an undesirable taste. In addition to that, the consistency will no longer be appropriate for the recipe since it has curdled it. Moreover, when the heavy whipping cream has soured, the amount of acidity will change. However, the bacteria that gave the sourness may not lead to diseases. Nonetheless, there is no denying the bacteria that have been multiplying in the soured heavy whipping cream. How to know if heavy cream is bad? Want to know how to tell if heavy whipping cream has spoiled? If you do, you should begin by observing the heavy cream. In that regard, check if it has a clump or a thick texture. Also, do not forget to spot any off color if there are any. In addition to that, you can try smelling it. If there is an off smell, it may have spoiled. Signs that indicate spoiled heavy whipping cream. Always remember that molds can lead to cream discoloration. Because of that, the fat separates. That is why if you ever detect these signs, it is best to dump them out as soon as possible. Again, the heavy cream must never smell like sour cream. If it ever smells like sour cream, it is best not to use it anymore. After that, get rid of the expired heavy cream. Additionally, expired heavy cream will not whip well. Keep in mind that whipped cream must look smooth unless it is a thick cream. Every so often, what occurs is that old cream will not beat well. As a last option, you can always try tasting the heavy cream. In so doing, if you notice that it does not taste like the original taste, throw it away. Likewise, if it tastes similar to curd, it is not suitable for eating anymore. For those reasons, the most effective solution is to utilize the heavy cream right away. In this regard, make sure you use it before it reaches the end of its shelf life. For instance, you can indeed add heavy cream to your half and half tea or coffee. Additionally, you can make heavy cream into ice cream, whipped cream, butter, and sour cream. Nevertheless, it is indeed beneficial to use leftover heavy cream. What happens if you ate expired heavy whipping cream? Before anything else, it is essential to check if your heavy cream has spoiled. For the most part, you will notice an off smell. Doing so will indeed help you determine instantly it is still okay or not. That is why, whenever in doubt, make sure to smell it first before eating it. Nevertheless, if you have eaten the expired heavy cream, you will observe the sour type of taste. Not only that, but also the fat content will begin to separate. Because of this, the heavy cream's liquid will divide. Though keep in mind that this only occurs if it has passed its expiration date. Bear in mind that you must avoid eating heavy cream that has expired. The reason being is that it can lead to significant health concerns. In addition to that, at all costs, if you have a lactic allergy, please avoid expired heavy cream. Consequently, it can cause vomiting and severe gastric difficulties. The main distinction between fresh heavy cream and spoiled one is that they taste entirely different. Always remember that all heavy creams vary from one another. It would help if you based their shelf life on their pasteurization and fat content. Also, it is tough to whip old heavy cream. At the same time, heavy whipping cream that has spoiled usually develops lumps and curdle. So make sure to use your heavy cream as much as possible. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.